Yes, my name is Doug Murray. I'm a tax-paying member of the Port District here in Poulsbo for the past almost 24 years. And I just want to make a comment about the port thinking or planning ahead about annexation of areas. And I want to just raise the issue that if there's any public doubt of this commission following state law, there will be issues down that political path of increasing this taxing district. And I want to encourage you to consider previous moves and opinions and actions by this commission to follow state law and not to create your own. Thank you.
Hi, Tiffany Clegg. I'm a resident of the Port District. I also wanted to address for the third month in a row that the issue over the appointment does not seem to have come to any satisfactory resolution or conclusion. A month ago, I spoke and urged the commissioners to strongly consider, meeting in additional session or amongst each other independently and trying to come to some solution to solve the issue and come up with a way forward, and it does not appear that has happened. I have been reading in the press about the Attorney General's decision, and it certainly sounds like the actions of the Commission run contrary to Washington law and precedent, if not specific law. And I think that the way this has been handled and the lack of focus on doing the right thing and doing what the law would require or what the intent of the law would be, and the outright dismissal of bodies within the state that would provide guidance to this council, even some that were sought by this commission directly, the state auditor's office being the first and the attorney general's being the second, strikes me as completely inappropriate from public officials and reckless and arrogant, and I think it puts the Port of Poulsbo in a bad position in terms of all of its endeavors as it goes forward. I'm disappointed. I don't know the reason why Commissioner Bacchus is not here to hear my comments this evening.
I will address that now. I was going to, but I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
But I think unless things have changed from what I've read in the press, I think this commission needs to take this very seriously. And those of you who have been stonewalling and insisting on pursuing this appointment that's been highly criticized from a variety of sources ought to reconsider both your position on that and if not, your position on the commission itself.
Good evening. My name is Ben Holland. I'm also a member of the tax district, and I'm fairly familiar with port districts and port law. I was a manager of another port in Kitsap County for more than 4 years. And I too am somewhat disappointed in the handling of the appointing of the commissioner, and I think that the reason I'm disappointed is that to me it kind of reeks of cronyism, if you will, and it doesn't look right, even if it's not illegal, and apparently the State Attorney General feels that it is illegal, but even if it's not illegal, the way it went and the way it happened makes it look like it's a secretive government rather than an open government. And I think that's what disappoints me. I think Commissioner Bacchus, who is not here to defend himself, I think he should resign and then reapply, and you have 2 elected commissioners now, and they could look at that application along with any other applications that came along, and if he is the only qualified applicant, you can appoint him again, but at least it would be done openly and by 2 elected commissioners, not 1 elected commissioner and 1 lame duck commissioner. Thanks, that's all I've got.
My name is Ray Lee. I'm also a taxpayer in the Port District, and I guess from my standpoint here, from where we all sit out here, legal or not legal, you have a guy who was voted out of office, who votes himself back into office in a closed meeting prior to a new commissioner coming on board. It looks unethical as hell. Bacchus should step down, and Mr. Norbert, you should be fired.
I beg your pardon?
You should be fired. That's my opinion.
You're entitled to your opinion.
Okay, we'll continue on with public comments. We'll address some of these. Any other public comments? Do we have, yes?
Yeah, my name is John Gedke, and I'm a long-term tenant here at the port. And I spent a little time looking at the Attorney General's comments. And as I read what's going on this issue, in the state of Washington, there is no statute, nor is there any law which prohibits how you people handle the appointment of Commissioner Bacchus into Mr. Gilbert's term. And that's a fact. And so no matter how inappropriate that some people feel that the way you handle it came out, the fact is it was not unlawful. And some of us who have watched Commissioner Bacchus handle himself for the last 7 years, we were happy, we are happy that he agreed to fill Commissioner Gilbert's position. It's as simple as that. And I think for all of the residents that are in the tax base, and Commissioner Rutledge, if you want there to be a statute or a law in the state of Washington prohibiting a commissioner in a port to vote for themselves, then you ought to go to the legislature and try to get it done. But the legislature, in passing a law or a statute, it isn't retroactive. So what we're talking about here is some people don't want, apparently, Commissioner Bacchus to have the job, and some of us think we're very fortunate to have him as a commissioner, based on his experience. We have 1 brand new commissioner, and we have 2 that have some experience, and that ought to make a good team. This is a very successful port, and that's the way we want it to continue. Many of us have a real vested interest in this port, and we put a lot of money in it over the years. And this kind of harangue that we've been doing for 3 meetings is not very welcome from our perspective. So, you know, let's get on with the business of running the port and making it better than it already is. That, to me, is what I think we should be doing.
Thank you.